days it's like there's a battle of sexes. I want you to address the singles that are here listening to you. It's like, I don't know what is happening. Like, the men don't seem to be chasing the ladies as much as before. Because, like, growing up, in our days and everything, you always get attention from men. If a man likes you, he's running after you, he's trying to chase you. But these days, the men don't seem to be doing much of that. And sometimes I wonder whether it's because of the age we are in. Everything is instant, you understand? They don't have to struggle for a lot of things, microwave, chat GPT, etc., etc. I could just generate a picture now without even knowing how to draw anything in a few seconds with AI. So maybe that is why the men also feel that a wife can be generated, very easily. But then, sometimes I also, so what advice do you have for the ladies and the men? Should the ladies play hard to get, or should the ladies just go with the flow? Should the ladies just go with the flow and know that if you really want to get married, you better not just be waiting for anybody to chase you. Maybe you need to chase them. Is that what you advise? Or they should not chase them? Or is that a strategy? I just want both of you to talk to it. So I think Jessica cannot wait to talk. So she's going to go first.
Go for it. Sorry.
Oh, Lord. The amount of chatter that started in the room as soon as she started talking about this question was hilarious. So, I don't know. I haven't been single since I was 19, so I don't have a clue. Good luck.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing a lot about that, right, from some of my single friends, that the dating world is not so easy right now. But here's the thing, right? Number one, whoever you're meant to be with, whoever your spouse, right? For those who want to get married, yes, I think the instant world that we live in today definitely play a role with, I don't know how the guys may be feeling. Maybe we need to have a conversation with women and men, really get into their mindset. But what is going on out there, what I know is what is happening with them should have nothing to do with you, right? Your values, what is important to you, your calling, the purpose that's on your life, that is not something you can compromise. And I have a lot of friends who did that, right? Because the clock was ticking. So, yeah, I really want this in a husband. I would really like this in a husband. I really don't feel like he's right, but let me do it because the clock is ticking. And guess what? They're either divorced, and after divorce, the situation gets even more complicated, right? Either divorced or just not happy in their marriage, stuck. The light that was on them is dimmed because they are with a spouse who is not able to have enough room for the light that is on them. And that's why I always tell women, compromise is never an option, because what God has for you, it has to be in a place that can contain it, right? And I tell women, a lot of women that I talk to are ambitious and they have dreams, right? And this conversation about how do I balance it all? I'm afraid that if I get married, right, I have to suppress my dreams and my goals, and I have to prioritize other things, and this terrifies me. And I tell them one thing that my mentor told me when I was young and also struggling with this. And she said, Sandra, as you look for a spouse, make sure that you marry a man who is also a feminist, okay? And I said, what do you mean by that? And he said, look for a man who is not afraid to get a meal going if he comes home first. Look for a man who is not intimidated by a woman who may make more money than him. Look for a man who might say, you know what, my wife is talented. She is skilled. She's smarter than me. But that's okay. I will support her and I will push her because that is her calling. Look for a man like that. And my husband, he's not perfect by any chance, but I feel fortunate to have a man who truly supports me, my dreams. He is my number one fan. No matter what it is, yes. And it is a blessing. I do not take that for granted. I do not take for granted. But I prayed for that man because I said, God, you have a purpose for my life. And in order for this to be fulfilled, it has to be with someone who can allow room for me to thrive and for me to grow and for you, your glory to be fulfilled in my life. It took prayers, but compromise, never. So you might have to wait a little bit. You might have to keep praying, have faith that God is preparing that man for you just as he's preparing you and working on you. But don't compromise the things that are important to you and what God has said about you. The clock can wait.
Thank you.
It can wait.